Hello, and welcome to Burnt Cookbook Party, an original Pathfinder campaign set in a unique fantasy world where 4 heroes of varying skills, attractiveness, and stupidity race against time to prevent a war. I'm Jenna Stoeber, and I play Astra Blat, the fey-addled half-elf oracle who is exactly who she says she is. And I'm joined by...
Andrew Hansen, playing Johnny Brightchild, a hot and sunny Ifrit Resort Spa paladin, eager to help and flex.
Caitlin Stayduhar, playing Patty Hertz, a ratfolk ranger dandy with a nose for gossip and cheese.
Paul Luetkemeyer, playing Zoodle, the elven battle chef,
Huh?
rolling, stretching, cutting, and saucing a name for himself in the high-stakes world of magical cooking.
Chef Zoodle.
How dare you?
Oh, the intros are a sacred space. I can't believe you would,
Yeah.
you would introduce a twist like that.
Somebody might trip and hurt themselves at work because of what you've done. Like that's,
Oh no!
Oh no!
We don't even have an umbrella liability policy.
And we're, of course, led today and for the rest of all time by our illustrious GM and world builder, Justin Green. Justin, how are you, little buddy?
I'm good. I do think I would like to dedicate my time tonight to ask Paul to tell us more about Zoodle's backstory.
Wow. I think Zoodle was found by some benevolent battle chefs in a barrel full of rotini. He's got a Momotaro-like origin story where he was found in food. And he grew up eating long spaghetti, and he grew up fast, and he just has a kind of a kinship to noodles, which he loves to make and cook.
Is he making zoodles? Which, as we all know, are zucchini noodles?
No.
Or okay. No, you're right. That was a silly question, Paul. It's super. I gotcha. Thought that was a serious question. No.
But he cooks regular noodles.
Okay. Mistmourn, it's been a long night. I think we should all rest a little bit and reconvene in the morning and maybe figure out how we can best help each other going forward.
Sounds like a plan. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.
Excellent. We'll have more espresso.
Morning instead of after dinner.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Same port, new espresso.
When Mistmourn is out the door, his elf is going to hit his dinner gong.
For closure?
Well, everyone, was that not the best dinner party that we've all had yet?
Yeah, but consider the relative circumstances.
No. Don't tell me the bar is low.
I had an amazing time. I don't know what you guys are so bummed about.
Well, Manny's gone.
Oh.
Everybody, the ministry contacted me.
Oh, God.
I've been formally inducted, and they have a lost lamb. You see, the old demigod of Hidbel is gone, but obviously there's a new one. And they wanted me to be the shepherd who would help them to permanently destroy the demigod of Hidbel. I suppose in this case, my little mutton chop is Patty Hertz.
Patty is just going to be sitting very straight in her chair, looking nervously from side to side at everyone in the room.
Don't worry, Patty. We won't let Zelf destroy you. Right, Zelf?
Okay, yep, great. No, I'm totally confident nothing bad is gonna happen. Yeah, screw those guys. They suck, right?
Well, it's clear that they're nihilists who are bent on the permanent destruction of our planet.
oh my God, what's a nihilist?
It's somebody who believes that nothing matters because the end is inevitable, so why not allow the end to arrive?
What?
I knew the ministry would approach me eventually, but it was still quite shocking. Not only that, but they seem to think that Manny is able to fight a demigod.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
He can? That's incredible.
Yeah.
I never knew. That's so impressive.
Right? Maybe cooking's just not for him, but
Now Manny is either positioned to gather critical intelligence on one of our most mysterious foes, or I've thrown him to the wolves. I don't feel very good about that.
Oh, my God.
I guess if he can kill demigods, though, he's gonna be fine. He's
Yeah.
really powerful.
Patty, he can't.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
I wish we could do something for Manny, but I guess he's just kind of on his own now.
Not quite. I have a magic item that connects us.
Oh, okay. So if things get dire, we could swoop in like the cavalry and whisk him away, maybe?
I also have the means to send messages to him in dreams. A gift from my master.
Is this another grafting?
In the sense that when you read books, that is its own kind of graft. A graft onto your brain.
Okay, well, that's something. I guess we'll just hope. We'll just hope. That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah. Ho.
What do we want to do? Because we've got proof now that this noodle spell works. Do we want to try it on the Johnnies? Do we want to get a Johnny Anaj in the mix to see if it's going to work on him?
God.
Well,
I am so scared to use that on Johnny and Naj.
yeah.
Abraham and Nieven had to be like willing participants in this.
Yeah.
Do we think Johnny and Naj would want to get
Oh,
merged?
I think he would love to be involved in the ritual, but I think he would overpower our Johnnies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And if he does want to get merged, it's going to be because he's going to take over. Like,
Oh, absolutely, Caitlin. It's like a Highlander or the One sort of situation.
that makes me extremely nervous.
Wow, you don't want to listen to the 30-minute mind battle that Andrew has to have with himself.
I want it so much.
Whoa.
The psychic battle between the Johnnies.
I mean, Johnny does eventually need his body back, right?
Yeah.
Because
He
right now
does.
he's in blank Johnny, but he's like deteriorating, like with the Glorihan situation.
He does.
Yeah.
And that makes me even more concerned to have him have to try to overpower a Johnny Anaj in there.
Which, and this is like another thing that potentially Mistmourn could help us with as a strong law-using caster. Maybe that she can rig up some sort of trap spell or something like that for a Johnny Anaj thing.
Something, yeah.
Some sort of contract with Anaj. Some sort of joint custody.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm totally willing to try the unification ritual on the two Johnnies with the potential that Anaj might show up, which might be bad or it might actually be good. If the two Johnnies together are greater than one Johnny Anaj, maybe that would get them some closure or at least stave him off for one loop.
I feel like we need to perfect and improve this remerging before we try to do Johnny Anaj.
Getting an artifact is, I think, a priority so that we have some semblance of loop control. Either us getting an artifact or denying them an artifact, I think, is the...
Something like the crown would be a great artifact to have on hand to destroy if we need to reset the loop.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
That would be a pretty easy get.
Unless it turns us all into vampires.
Well,
maybe Astra can handle it differently
well.
because she's got the Ebnir powers.
yeah, I'll probably be more resistant to it than I'll probably be.
That's a good point. Excellent
easier for
point.
me.
That was what I was thinking, but when you say it out loud like that,
No. Andrew, I'm agreeing with you. It's probably gonna be even safer than before. Just saying. I mean, if one of the things we want to do is get an artifact that we have in hand, that would be a pretty easy one to get, I think.
It would be a nice one to destroy, too. I would feel good about that personally.
If the Ministry gets their hands on the artifact of Ebnir, they will destroy it permanently, which is going to be an issue.
If we have the artifact of Ebnir, we can play Hot Potato. We can play Keep Away.
That might be the wisest plan. It's not the easiest plan, but
And we can get Mistmourn's help to get the artifact.
yeah.
Okay.
And then Betrayer. Ugh.
Betrayal!
It's not betrayal if you say up front, hey, that's just the demigod of it.
God. Okay.
maybe you can let her learn it through subtle clues, right?
Oh, yeah. Subtlety. Astra's strong point. Yeah.
Okay. When you say it out loud, you're right. Again,
Both Astra and I will have to dwell on whether we want to sort of tear off the Band-Aid of letting Mistmourn know that she's the new demigod of Ebnir.
I like the idea of basically hot potatoing that Ebnir artifact.
Yeah.
Like, that seems productive to me.
For the next step, you want to get the Ebnir artifact, how will you do it without a waystone, without a powered waystone?
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
a good point. I was like, didn't we have to go to the bottom of the sea to a magical place to get that last time?
Last time you wished yourself there.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
That's right. God damn it. God damn it. I forgot I was dead that whole time. Shit.
Also, last time, the waystone was already fully powered with the leyline magic when you got your hands on it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the order of operations is that before the ley line comes the sacrifices. So there's a whole messy situation with Windhorn.
You do still have 2 bowls of Zelf's leyline soup that you had stolen from Ogavia's, which is not a lot, so I would probably put like a time restriction, a limit on how long you'd be able to have the temple open if you went that route, but it could work. You'd still need a waystone to power up, though.
Do we think there's a special connection between Astra and the artifact that we could take advantage of if we don't want to deal with Windhorn?
Probably.
Because I'm powerful and I'm a bad bitch and I can craft
She a bad
cool mythic stuff now.
Ooh, like make your own waystone?
Hypothetically, somebody who worshipped Ebnir could.
Yeah, I think that that's something that Mistmourn would be able to teach you how to do. She's the one who told Johnny about them initially in the first loop, and while she's not an Ebnir worshipper, she does use him as a patron. So the idea is that you would make your own and then use that to get into the Fairmist Temple.
Yeah, I think that's ideal. And then we'll have the skull. And we can use it to do puppet shows with the other skull of a demigod that we have. It's our main goal, I think, going forward is the skull-based puppet show.
Yeah, 2's better than 1.
You can never have too many skulls.
That's not true, Caitlin.
Even better than Hamlet, right? Having 1 in each hand.
That's the limit. The sock puppet limit is what I'm hitting.
True. Yeah, sock puppets on your feet don't make no sense. Even though socks on your feet do make sense.
Here's what I'm saying. 2 is still an okay number of skulls to have. I think once we round the corner on needing a sack to carry all of the skulls in, we might be reaching a critical mass.
A skull case, yeah.
Yeah, oh, I like that.
Just be rattling around with our bag full of skulls.
It's bad. I mean, it's kind of cool, actually. The idea that the demigod of Ebnir walks around with god skulls. Okay, I'm coming back around.
It's so intimidating.
Well, I like that one's gold and one's crystal. Like, we've got, they're not just regular old skulls. They're bedazzled skulls.
Got to get a jade skull, too.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I wonder if my skull's changing. Maybe it's changing into jelly, like a jellyfish.
You could change it using magic if you wanted.
Yeah, use your ability to change wood to metal on your brain and see what happens.
Yeah, that's not.
The third skull that we carry around can be mine. Whew. Okay. Yeah. So our goal is, I guess, here's a question. If we have the skull of Ebnir on us when we loop, it will presumably duplicate, right? Or will it just be the one singular item?
I do not think that there is a precedent to answer that question.
There's no precedent. My suspicion is that they would not come with us.
Okay.
But if we need an artifact to break, to loop, like we did last time, and if the artifact that we have is the skull, then we would be breaking the skull and we can't have our cake and eat it too. But if we get 2 artifacts, maybe we can try that out.
We will hypothetically have the waystone still in future loops, but it won't be powered up.
So the group settles into the animal sanctuary for the night. You can heal, you can reset any abilities that you may have used. And in the morning, as discussed, Mistmourn and her squad will return for breakfast. The group will tell her about their plan to make a waystone themselves, and her interest will definitely be piqued. She'll say to you, I've never made one myself, but I am knowledgeable about the practice. It's said that they were an invention of the warlock Uvarath thousands of years ago.
Yes, yeah.
It's a way for him to leave his spellbooks and sanctums for only the most vile to find. Modern-day followers of Ebnir are using waystones to convert sunken erosion cities into temples to the sea god, Fairmist being no exception. To craft one, we'll need specialized materials, 3 in particular.
Okay.
Firstly, every waystone needs a rock that has been desecrated by Ebnir. It must be at minimum 6 inches in diameter in order to have enough surface area to inscribe the necessary runes. This would normally prove fairly simple to find in Erosia, but unfortunately not here in Safnia. The entire island is blessed by the goddess Selenis, protected from Ebnir's curse. You will have to return to the mainland to procure one. For the sake of time, I would suggest the Valley of the Lost directly south. There are plenty of resources in the city that could help you prepare for a journey there, but be careful not to reveal your true intentions to the Safnian citizens. They will not see nuance on the subject of Ebnir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, boy, I hadn't even been thinking about that, really, but that's a good point.
The second thing you're going to need is binding ink from the headwaters on the plain of Ebnir. While it is possible to try and make a deal with a representative of the court, the cost to your soul could potentially outweigh the cost to your purse. Buying some on the black market may prove a better option.
Oh.
And lastly, you'll need a way to attune the waystone to the location that you intend to bond it with. I myself am one of the few people left on Irisol who can say that they hail from Fairmist. So please allow me to take care of this task for you, and your group can attend to the stone and to the ink.
Yeah, that would actually be very helpful, yes.
Wonderful. Let's meet back at the sanctuary tomorrow evening.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that seems all... Phew, it seems like it's going to be expensive, but we'll definitely figure it out. Yeah, 2 days is more than enough, yeah.
I would like to ask something in return.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you can ask for anything.
I would like to learn more about the time loops, and specifically the rituals that the two of you know.
Okay. You just want us to talk your ear off, or do you have specific questions?
I would love to learn how to cast them myself, if you're open to it. I know that might take time, but anything that you can teach me, I'm willing to be your student.
Ooh, okay. Let's talk about the fine details of doing that when you come back. Are we going to do that? Are we going to do that, Paul?
I am so tempted, but if she learns it and that transfers over to the architect and then they have a new tool in their toolkit, that might work against us in the broad sense. So I don't know. But the more people who have access to the ritual, the more that seems to work against the ministry. So that might be a good thing. Zelf is going to tap on the table with his fork and say, I'm going to share a warning with you that I was given about 18 bajillion times. Just having that knowledge is going to paint a big target on you. There are people who don't want that knowledge shared.
That's fine. I can handle myself. I'll feel better the more that I know.
Yeah, I know it seems like that.
Well, Astra, they say that ignorance is bliss, but they also say that knowledge is power. I think even if I'm unhappy, power makes up for that.
Yeah, I that is something that is so unique and beautiful about you, Sal. But
I can find happiness through just having power.
Mistmourn will leave without her squad. She will leave behind Glorihan and Caeda if there is use for them. But Abraham will approach you guys in the morning and say, I'm really thankful for everything that you guys have done for me. But I did want to say goodbye, at least for now. I think I'm going to return home, rest up with my family until I feel more comfortable being merged and, having 4 arms.
It was such a treat to get to see you and hang out with both of you, only you, all various iterations of you. Don't be a stranger, okay? Come see me and the critters anytime you want.
Definitely, Patty. I owe you so much.
You're not the only one. My pleasure.
Abraham, have you ever kept a journal?
No, Do you think I should?
You've undergone quite an experience, and I have no doubt that it worked perfectly fine and that you will suffer no weird symptoms other than having 2 extra arms. But it might be worth jotting down day to day how you feel, what your body's doing, where it tingles, how the hands are working out.
If a nub starts growing anywhere, that
Well,
might be another arm.
Why stop at 4?
That's a good point. I guess I should figure out which one is my dominant hand now.
Ooh, yeah, you might have 2. Or you might just have 1, and that would be good to know too, huh?
We'll have Johnny throw you a few surprise high fives and see which one goes out first.
Yeah, throw a hard-boiled egg and see which hand catches it.
Yeah, splat. Abraham, you've had a night to think. You haven't had any flashes of the divine. You haven't seen any symbols of Hibdal, perhaps. Energy in the shape of wheels, kind of green, radioactive images or spirits, anything like that.
He goes back and forth. He's like, I wouldn't call it like divine, but I did dream last night about birds with 4 wings migrating south.
Probably nothing.
They say that Hibdal is the god of travel, and I woke up with an urge to move. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I want to go home.
Well, I find that quite inspiring. Abraham, you said that you were thankful to us. Conversely, I feel like I owe you. After all, you participated in this experimental meal with no promise of success, merely the opportunity to learn. So if there's anything that I can do for you, just let me know. I think we each owe one to each other.
You can definitely make me another meal next time we see each other. That was amazing. And, until then, keep Patty safe.
Well...
No promises? What was the for?
Wow. A harrowing silence.
He doesn't want to make a promise he doesn't know he can keep.
I'm personally offended.
Well, Abraham, I'm no masked vigilante, but I'll do my best. I was going to say I'm no Gentry Till, but I realized Abraham had no contact with him.
No. He's like, sure, vigilante. Okay.
Yeah.
Caeda will kind of approach you while everybody else is talking, Patty, and be like, Patty, is there a way that I can collect any of the tea leaves that the piglets have shed naturally? Of course, I wouldn't pick them off of the piglets, but if they're already on the ground, do you think that's okay?
I mean, you could probably go look in the pile where we dump the buckets after we scoop up their poopies. So yeah, you're free to rifle through that and take anything you'd like from the manure pile.
Thank you so much.
Good. I would recommend gloves. Okay, good luck. Have fun.
I've put in the barracks 4 Oolong piglet leaves that she will share with the group. So these can be brewed into a tea and used to read the patterns in the leaves as if you had cast the augury spell.
Fun.
Oh, that's so fun.
I don't know why I decided that she had to root through poopies.
You did just, yeah.
No one knows.
I don't regret it. I mean, I didn't know she was collecting them for us. I would have to get fresh ones.
We'll wash them first. Yeah, it's fine.
Alternatively, if you are a caster, you can use them as a material component when you're casting a divination spell to be as if you were one caster level higher than you are. If you are doing that specifically to cast the augury spell, you instead cast divination, which is the better version of it.
Nice.
That's cool.
How do you want to waste them, gang?
Let's either waste them on something frivolous or totally forget that we have them and never use them and lose them when we lose.
Like you do.
Yeah, it does feel like Zelf is just going to use these for a flavor component, and we forget that they have magic.
Be like, oh, but a tea-soaked egg, though. I mean, that sounds so lovely.
Divination ramen.
Yeah.
Caitlin, I meant to ask this, and maybe I did and I forgot, but does the animal sanctuary have a Jerby in it?
I mean, so no, only because Jerbies seem to be a bit more intelligent than some of these other animals. Like, the Jerby spoke to me.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Anything that can talk, I think, probably should not be kept in a cage.
Yeah, it can get a social security card and a job.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if the Jerby ever were to show up looking for work, there would be a place for it.
Oh, okay. That's really funny.
As you guys are getting ready to start your day, one of the eggshell fairies will waddle up Patty and say to you, "Oh, Patty, don't forget you have a city council meeting this morning to acquire more funds for the sanctuary."
Oh my God. Thank you, my rotund little friend. I totally would have forgotten. This is why I keep you guys around. You're so organized. A little bit of a bummer, but you really have your uses. I thank you so much. I'll start preparing.
Of course, the eggshell fairies are willing to go in your stead, but our repulsive ovoid bodies have no place in bureaucracy.
That's not true, actually.
That's
We
not
just
true.
need to dress you in a suit.
Oh my god, they'd be so cute in a little suit.
Repulsive and ovoid is going to be most of the city council.
No. How about you guys help me compile the binders, okay? So you start punching and then get one of your friends to put things in the binder, and then I'll be able to pass them out to all the city council members.
Yes, the binder's an appropriate menial task.
Perfect. Okay, good job. I love you and I'm proud of you.
Does anybody at this stage in the game know how to pilot a boat? Patty does, right? She's got
a hat.
You guys want to make like a knowledge local or diplomacy check to like find a boat, learn about the area, that type of thing?
Yeah, I'll diplome.
Yeah.
I got a
Nice.
19 on my diplome.
I'll assist Astra on her diploma.
Thank you.
14 on my assist to aid.
Awesome.
I got a 21 on my knowledge check.
Patty only got a 10 on her knowledge local. Usually when she just goes places and doesn't have to like make a reservation for a restaurant or a boat, like it's the same kind of deal. She's not used to like how the common people go about securing these services.
So you guys head out of the animal sanctuary, heading more to the city center. You find it in the midst of a huge celebration. So this is kind of like a tropical, sunny environment. People come here to vacation, and a lot of people travel great distances to get married here at the Church of Salinas, which is dead center. It is the largest building in Safnia. It's almost like a bridge. So it is over the large river that flows through the center of town. It has like white stone walls that are barely visible beneath like jungle vines that have grown around it. And they're all like blossoming with like exotic jewel-toned flowers. And you guys have stumbled upon a wedding in process. So these wedding ceremonies take place at the church, and then the newlyweds float down the river from the church to the harbor, which overlooks the ocean. And the couple's boats are like decked out in flowers and gifts from their loved ones and like just the citizens of Safnia. And everybody gathers along the length of the river to watch the procession and like shower them in like handful of seeds, like we might throw rice.
Oh my God.
As such, like the edges of the river are like brimming with all this like beautiful foliage from the seeds that have managed to like, take root over the years.
Oh, adorable.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
I need to get divorced so I can have a new wedding and do this instead.
So these are happening all the time. And as you guys are coming out and looking around the city and finding your bearings, you see a couple boats with couples floating down and people gathered and throwing seeds. You can see in the distance at the dock of the church a like beautiful like priestess, an Undine woman, which is the same race as Mistmourn. They are like water folk. With her is a Floriad wearing like a religious garb. They are performing these ceremonies. You guys know that to be married by a Floriad is very good luck, as you've learned from Tetra. Zelf, with your 20 in knowledge local, you find that one of the big hubs of information is the harbor, which is where all of the boats are heading towards. It is called Honeymoon Harbor, and everybody tells you, it's the only moon in Safnia.
Yeah, because the sun always shines, right, Justin?
Yeah, that's right.
Justin, is this a setup like in Final Fantasy IX where we have to get married before we can get on a boat to go to the harbor?
No, you can go to the harbor, but yeah, you definitely, if you had wanted to like go down in the river, like no one is allowed in the river unless you're getting married. It's like a sacred thing.
Yeah, because it's holy. The easiest place to find a boat is going to be at the harbor, possibly one of the discarded, just married vessels, but I think I'll have to see if it's available.
Oh, I hope we get one of the cute little flower heart boats. I just love them.
As you are looking around at these hotels, Zelf, you see that there is a restaurant that catches your eye called Aphrodisiac.
Oh.
Why not?
You are drawn to it as all interesting restaurants draw you. But as you approach, you see something else that catches your eye. You see a group of individuals kind of loitering outside of it. They are all wearing matching jackets with the insignia of the Mjolnir Hunters Guild turned upside down.
Oh, interesting.
This is like Spock with a beard. This is the group that Zelf just got done telling Patty he wants to take over. Zelf is going to sidle over and get closer, and he'll pretend to read the menu of the restaurant while he passively observes this group of individuals.
Yeah.
Are they delivering some kind of aphrodisiacal, I don't know what the adjective form of that is, some kind of magical plant or animal to this restaurant?
They seem kind of put off their game, and they're like talking and like their arms are crossed. They look uncomfortable. One of them, this very ugly, warty toad man, notices you standing and he goes, "Hey, you're from Mjolnir, right?"
What gave it away?
They all have a look. Don't bother with this place.
No?
I thought it'd be a restaurant with food, with charm spells baked in, but it's just like a guy who gets horny eating regular food or something.
So it's more like dinner and a show.
What are you doing all the way out here?
Searching for rare and unusual ingredients, of course, trying to make connections to find things that are just hard to find in Mjolnir, you know.
I do know. Not many people understand battle shifts these days outside of Mjolnir. Barely even in Mjolnir.
It's tragic.
What ingredients you need? Is there a recipe you're dying to try? Me and my guild can help you out. Nothing's off the table for us.
God. I think Self is just going to be vague. He'll say, "Oh, well, I've got a short list. You know, it's been getting harder to find reagents these days. It seems like they keep getting snapped up. I was just trying to find some oolong piglet leaves, and they were scarce to be seen in the auction circuit. I think it might take somebody with longer and stickier fingers."
It's funny you say that. I've got a good lead on some oolong piglet leaves. You going to be in town for a bit?
Oh, just a few days, but I'd love to work something out.
I think we can work something out.
Shit, they better stay away. Stay away from my pigs.
Zelf is going to extend a hand down and say, "I'm Zelf."
I'm Olus.
Olus, it's a pleasure.
Paul, why do you want to be the head of this group? Are you trying to dismantle them or hone them?
His goal is ultimately to control the smuggling, to make it less destructive, and, if possible, find some alternative. But it seems like it's a problem with many routes, so he doesn't want to make any snap movements.
How many leaves are you looking for?
2 servings if I could manage it. 1 for practice and 1 for success.
Great. Meet me here tomorrow. Bring 1,200 gold, and I'll have them for you.
Zelf is going to nod, and he's going to go back to looking surreptitious. He is interested in what this restaurant's deal is. Is there any actual charmed food, or is it just a guy who eats food and gets horny, like Ola said?
Yeah, it's like oysters, like, you know, the classic normie aphrodisiacs.
Oh, okay. Well, Zelf does look down on all non-magic cooking for some reason, so it's like oysters.
We're having a huge merch sale right now. It's only on until March 16th and includes merch from a ton of other beloved internet creators on DFTBA. It's like a spring cleaning sale. So everything's got incredible discounts. We've got an excellent logo magnet and a saucy little coffee mug, both steeply discounted for your enjoyment. And this is maybe the last chance you'll have to buy some of this merch. We're still talking it over about what the future of our merch will look like, so it might look like this and it might not. So if you need a mug that says, "Don't talk to me until I've scummed for bonuses," you are so in luck. Again, this sale is only on until Monday the 16th, so don't wait. You can visit our DFTBA merch shop at bit.ly/BCBP merch, all lowercase, or even easier, you can find a link in our show notes.
Astra and Johnny, with your diplomacy checks, you're talking up some people in the area, and you have found a couple good leads on not just boats, which you can easily rent here in the harbor, but you hear some people giving you some advice about traveling to the Valley of the Lost. And they point you towards a location that, Johnny, you are familiar with. It is the olfactory. a premier stop for anybody that is traveling the Odor Circuit.
The olfactory. Oh my god.
The old
I was
factory.
not looking at the map as I was writing that down, and now I'm mad.
It is known mostly for its collection of exotic jungle scents for visiting aromophiles. But in Safnia specifically, it is respected for its work trying to help amnesiac victims who have been found in the Valley of the Lost. Many people who go there forget not just why they've went, but who they are entirely. And so the healers here have rescued them and are trying to use the various jungle scents that they are familiar with, or scents that have traveled on the Odor Circuit here, to try and rehabilitate them and bring back their memories.
Uh-oh, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, gang.
Is there anything you can pick up there that'll help protect us?
That's a good idea. That's something, we should sort of figure out.
Look at us preparing. I was just like, let's do it. Let's go on an adventure. Even though Mistmourn was literally like, you should ask around in the town. You should get help.
Yeah, we were just like, oh, Valley of the Lost. Yeah, let's head straight into there. Let's not do any research.
Let's just go.
Probably just a name. They just call it Death Valley.
Yeah, it's like Greenland is cold and Iceland is green or whatever.
Yes, it's exactly like that. Who could keep them straight?
We're about to have an amnesia loop.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we might be able to get some sense here. Like, because if we're going into the Land of the Lost, like, we could pick up some mad advice, or like maybe some protective pomanders or whatever that we'd like put under our nose to
Protective pomanders. Adorable.
to remind us of home and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yes. Let's go to this place, the old factory.
The old factory is a large purple pyramidal building a little bit to the west of the Church of Salinas. The front of it has two separate tunneled entrances, one set of doors with knobs on the left, and then a second set of doors with noses to the right. And you have seen these types of doors around the animal sanctuaries. These are the ones that the Florids use.
Oh, God.
But both entrances lead to the same place, just this beautiful open atrium, a lot of sunlight pouring in. There are a variety of colorful tubes and vials for public use, and all of them are filled with exotic scents for the tourists to try. There are also vendor stalls here set up with perfumes, other concoctions for sale. But what you guys are looking for, the healing center, is tucked away in the back of the building for privacy, keep it away from the looky-loos and perverts that come here.
Freaky.
This area is not very flashy. It is a very standard hospital setup. A line of beds in a row for patients with the healers that are moving between them, like taking vitals, providing medicinal smells.
Yeah.
And you guys can make heal checks if you are interested in what exactly is happening there.
Heal.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
This feels like
heal.
more of a Johnny skill, but I'll roll to support
Bada boom.
Andrew. I rolled a 7. I don't think
I
that's
got
good enough to help.
if it's daytime, I got a 24.
Nice.
Yeah, it is always daytime here. You have a 24.
All right.
Johnny Town.
Johnny time.
Johnny, from the moment that you stepped into the olfactory, you have been reminded of your buddy Tetra, who is a big contributor to the Odor Circuit, but is also known to participate as a collector as well. And you think of the gifts that they had left you to help with your own memory issues, and you can't help but notice similarities between yourself and some of the amnesiacs that are being treated here. When the Salinas clerics see you enter, they recognize your paladin armor and they approach you hopefully. They say to you, "Welcome, Bray of Gavilan. Have you perhaps come to volunteer your abilities?"
I mean, I have come to help, yeah.
What?
I've also come to get help.
We have a mission that's going to take us into the Valley of the Lost, and we were hoping for some preventative measures to not end up like these folks. But also, Johnny's an incredible healer. His hands, you wouldn't believe him.
Hot hands.
Hot hands.
Yeah, if you help out my friend prepare for our journey, I'll see what I can attend to.
You don't have to pretend this is a quid pro quo. I know you're just going to help them.
Call it preventative healing, if you will.
Yeah, some sort of vaccine.
Memory vaccines.
We accept any help that anybody is willing to give, but don't be upset if you're not able to do anything. Some of the, more serious conditions, there's not much that we've been able to do at all at this point. We're still looking. It can be hard to imagine what it must be like to lose your memory like this.
Yeah.
So just be easy with them. Try to put yourself in their shoes and just be gentle and patient.
Oh, is there anybody here who's just like really gone? Like who's just like fundamentally not much more than a body?
Some of them are still pretty high functioning, struggling with forgetfulness, like akin to getting older, but others are far worse off than you are, Johnny. They don't even remember how to complete everyday tasks like feeding themselves, and they require like constant supervision and care.
Do they look like they could train up to be like a buff warrior type if they had like the right kind of soul
Wow.
in them? Do either of them look like if they had the soul of a really buff Ifrit in them that was willing to put in the work? It's a normal question. I don't.
Johnny, looking at these people, you don't think that it is like when you astral projected and left behind an empty body. There is a person in there. This amnesia they've been inflicted with your heal save, you can tell that you would need something incredibly powerful. In a medicine, you would need something like Greater Restoration, which is like a 7th level cleric oracle spell to get rid of the worst amnesia that is in this room.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Justin, what would it take to learn about how these people became afflicted? Would that be like a knowledge local or a diplomacy check to say, hey, what happened to these guys? Or any combination?
Yeah, with Aster and Johnny's original diplomacy check, they will talk to you, especially with Johnny offering to help. And they'll explain to you that while the Valley of the Lost has a lot of danger, what makes everything worse is that there is a constant fog which lowers willpower and leaves the unprepared easy pickings for the monsters in the area. And they tell you that the mist can be moved away with a moderate or stronger wind. Otherwise, those with exceptional willpower can push back the mist's effects with like just their sheer force of mind. And once you do that once, then you're good for a few hours, but it's a very risky gambit to just try and make this will save. In a meta sense, this ability causes a -10 penalty to will saves whenever you're inside of this fog.
Incredible. Does it count as like a curse, or do we know what kind of affliction it is?
It is a mind-affecting enchantment compulsion.
That is fucking
Oh, that
dire.
is so cool. That is awesome. Let's get a big fan, you guys.
I was
before we
just going to
go.
say, does anybody have a big fan? And there, I looked in my inventory just to check, because you never know what we've picked up along the way.
Technically, yes. I mean, I have a thing. I need to talk to Justin about it.
Secretly off air, or
Well, Johnny can get it.
Johnny's memory can't get any worse than it already is. Yeah, let's
no, oh my god!
let's just put a lifeline on Johnny. Yeah.
Johnny Ghost is nothing but memories. If Johnny Body loses contact with Johnny Ghost, I think that would just dissolve that Johnny. I think
Oh,
it
no.
would just.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Just disintegrates. Yeah, I think so. It just
What's going on in Johnny's mind just generally, like just being around a bunch of people who also have no idea who they were before.
Johnny's like, like, oh, you don't know either? Like, wow, that's crazy. And so like it's super fluid for him, honestly, because he's just like, a lot of times people get tripped up and caught up on the fact that he doesn't remember things, and that causes tension and strife. And so like being around all of these other people who are also having trouble, he'll do his best, his Johnny best to like, help them come to peace with the situation. Like, oh no, bro, it's okay. Like, you've lost the memories, right? Yeah, like I've lost memories too, right? But like, dude, sun goes up, sun goes down, no matter what, even if you've got those memories, man. And so like you lost them, right? But you can't spend the rest of the memories you have to make thinking about the ones you lost, like you got to make new ones. And then like maybe like as you move, like the memory muscles, the mem jogs, like they start moving, and like maybe it comes back. Tide goes in, tide goes out. Like, that's just how it goes. Now, come on, help me distribute these snacks. Don't stress. And just like a lot of stuff like that, because that's the way he deals with it, is kind of like a hopefulness that they're going to come back.
Aww.
And that has a lot to do with deliberate training that the navel gazing he was doing did not work. And so like there's a lot of stuff that happened with Aurum and Church Bodacious that helped him come to terms and peace with sort of his fractured understanding of himself. And that's what he's trying to impart to these people.
That's really sweet.
As you're thinking about Aurum, Johnny, you realize that you're holding in your hand a quarterstaff that has the same markings as Aurum's.
What?
The symbols that are used by the monks that were trained down Mount Ferris, which is sort of south of Begram, the same monastery that Aurum trained in. You know, you kind of snap out of these memories and realize that this is just a quarterstaff that belongs to one of the amnesiacs here.
Whoa!
An older dwarf. They're like, oh, do you like my staff? It's the only thing I had from my previous life, whoever I was.
Oh my God, dwarf bro. Do I like it? He holds it and there's a familiarity in his hands. And he does some twirls and stuff like that. It's like, oh, this isn't quite right. Like, I'm too stiff about it. And it's at that moment that like the ghost Johnny kind of unsinks itself a little bit from his body. He's like, no, bro, you gotta like,
Wow.
too tight. Oh, no, stop it. You're messing it up. And dives into him. Then Johnny like starts to like do like, I don't know, it starts to become more fluid.
Oh, my.
Yeah, now you got it. Yeah, okay.
My darling.
Over top, you know, just like, yeah, just spin it easy. Nice, yeah.
Is this cool to watch or terrifying to watch? Is what I
Or
want to know.
erotic, because what you're offering, this is just Ghost if they were both Patrick Swayze.
It's Patrick Swayze ghosting himself, but it's a
Oh
quarter
my
staff.
God.
This is what watching Ghost Bro is like.
Wow, I didn't realize there was a prevalent element of eroticism in Ghost Bro.
How could there not be?
Self-eroticism.
No way. Like,
It's rated R.
that's because of the spooky ghost. That's not.
Yeah, not the complicated eroticism. Yeah.
The dwarf, unfortunately, does not have any of his monk skill anymore, and he can't really handle the quarterstaff. He's like, maybe the two of you should take it off my hands. I don't think that I have any of this left in me.
Whoa. If you're cool with that, like, you know, something like this, like, I think it could come in handy. But you gave me something like, how can I help you in return? You know, like, you want, like, what do you need? What do you need?
If you happen to learn anything else about me while you're out there, then just come back and tell me.
All right. I promise you, dude. And like Johnny gives him like a handshake. I'm going to do my best to find out who you are.
Thank you. I will say, just to help with planning, Andrew and I are building towards something.
Whoa. Okay.
But without getting too deep into it, Andrew will be able to use the quarterstaff's key ability. You guys will have 7 rounds of the gust of wind. And it'll be a little bit longer than that because it will disperse the fog and then it will take a little bit of time for the fog to come back.
Johnny is doing a lot of like stretching and like twisting, and like Ghost Johnny is like talking to him about like, all right, like here's how the movement works. Like it's going to go like this. So I need you to do like a lot of these, you know, like it's going to take your hips and like your shoulders, the whole body, bro. And like, it's just like, okay. So Johnny's like doing a lot of stretches right now and a lot of like calisthenic stuff.
And what is Andrew doing to prepare for whatever betrayal is imminent?
Andrew is physically doing that right now also because that's what Johnny's doing.
That sound you hear is Andrew stretching.
Feels good.
Stretching is important for method TTRPGing.
Always stretch before you betray. Yes, that's lesson 1.
No.
So yeah, that should help you handle the fog, but there is still the monster in this area that is preying on all of the people who get weakened by the fog and is what is actually causing this amnesia.
Cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's catch it. Let's eat it. I want to eat it.
Yeah.
What if it's cute and it has to come to the sanctuary?
Then Self won't show Patty.
You're building like a monster island.
Yeah, just the cute ones.
under the assumption that it is a creature doing this to them, and maybe this is part of Johnny's heal check, I wanted to see if there were any, not symptoms, like signs that they were physically attacked in some way, something that would suggest like, oh, it's got a tentacle sucker.
Oh, like scars or discolorations or something?
Yeah, or if there's anybody relatively recently in. I would love to look at them and see.
Do you have knowledge planes, Astra?
Oh, baby, do I. I got a
Oh.
23 on my knowledge planes.
Tasty.
You're looking at one of the people who have been attacked, and you see a couple things of interest to you. You see that they do have marks. Some of them are more obvious than others. Some have like scarred and healed over. At like 3 points, like at the bottom, like underneath their chin, like one under their chin and then like one under both their ears. So 3 in total. And you believe that it's in like a trident shape.
Of course.
Ooh.
God, I love this. Justin, we know from last loop that there are other like psychic ocean life that are tied to Ebnir, like the trident jellies and the starfish and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So there is kind of a broader stroke of that type of creature. That's awesome.
And trident is the symbol of Ebnir, so it feels like this is a pretty Ebnirian creature.
We gotta catch one. It is going to be so cute.
Oh my god. What, Paul?
Oh, it's going to be like those videos of people eating the live octopus, and it's like,
Oh,
it's like
God, it's
sticking
trying
on
to
its way
fight
down.
back.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't like that.
No. Paul, how could you?
Upsetting. Paul, how could you?
I don't control Zelf.
We already know that.
That doesn't stand up in court, Your Honor. No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I mean, that's actually great intel because that feels like, if nothing else, we could get neck armor, maybe.
Can we get like diving helmets, but we just wear them on land to protect our neck and heads?
Love that.
Some net gators.
Yeah. Or like one of those cones that you put on dogs when they're injured.
I love the idea of Astra just exploring around on land in a diving helmet.
Patty, do you want to make a diplomacy check for the city council meeting?
Yes, I do.
Or if you have an alternative, you can use that.
No, I'm going to do diplomacy, and I'm going to clarify that the binders just contain printout pictures of all the cutest animals at the sanctuary. So each page is going to be a different cute animal picture, like a baby zoo animal calendar. And I got an 18 on that.
I'll roll for the eggshell fairies as a aid another, but I don't know if that's actually going to get anywhere for you.
They'll pass out the binders.
I thought you were going to say that they were going to pass out.
Maybe the city council will be impressed by the efficiency at which the binders are passed out.
Oh, they get a -2 on diplomacy, Justin.
I rolled a 7 for a 5.
Sweeties.
They're pathetic.
Oh. Can I like use the pathetic angle and be like, not only would you be supporting these cute animals, look at these pitiful things that will be kept off the streets if they can live at the sanctuary.
In the darkness, hidden away.
Out of view of the public.
In stark contrast to the excitement outside in the city, this wedding, inside of the Safnian Tourism Board, you find just a one-room building with very little interest outside of like a single unremarkable oil painting of a deer that is hanging above a large desk where the mayor sits. In front of her are rows and rows of chairs, but only 5 or so are filled with a few Safnian citizens that have nothing better to do in paradise besides like lodge petty complaints. So you see that while there was this beautiful priestess, the head of the church that everybody was loving and adoring, here Mayor Holiday is a very stressed out human woman. She is theoretically in charge of Safnia, but she is constantly being undercut by the Church of Salinas. It is very much a fun parent, strict parent dynamic.
Oh, no.
So while this festival is going on outside, Mayor Holiday is here making a budget of how she's going to pay for that. And while she's doing that, there are citizens that are coming up, taking turns to complain about something or the other. I am concerned about the recent push to get people to wear sunscreen that is happening. As a Venara, I'm covered in fur and I do not require sunscreen. So I have to ask, why are people so desperate to have me put on sunscreen? I have to hear about it everywhere I go. And Mayor Holiday is just like, there's a lot of humans here, but other people don't have fur. And it just like continues like this one after another. And eventually, Patty, you are allowed to step up and speak on behalf of the animal sanctuary.
Patty is wearing her best little power suit. It's like a little Ally McBeal moment with a skirt and a little jacket.
Very cute.
Super cute. She's got her eggshell fairies handing out binders.
And she says, oh, good afternoon, Mayor Holiday. Thank you so much for taking the time to see me. My name is Patty Hertz, in case you did not already know. I am the CEO and Executive Director of the Plumpy Farms Memorial Center for the Protection and Empowerment of Our Animal Friends, also known as TPFMCFTPAEOOAF. And I'm here today to ask you and the council to please prioritize funding for our sanctuary in the city's upcoming budget. If you'd care to turn to page 1 of the provided materials, you can see a picture of an eleflute, and I would just like you to please pay close attention to how cute its little trunk is, and keep in mind the fact that it makes adorable little doot-doot noises whenever it is happy, which is often at the sanctuary because it is a happy place for our animal friends.
Yeah! Woo!
Raucous applause.
Wow, that was really good. Oh my God. Wow.
We're here to support her, right?
Yeah, we get the crowd hype.
The crowd, all 5 people.
Yeah. But loud enough for 10.
She smiles politely at you and she looks at the cute eleflute and she nods. She goes, we're very happy to have you in Safnia, Miss Hertz.
Thank you. I'd also like you to turn to the next page and look at these handsome mantises, Dominic and Ronaldo. Oh my goodness. The color of their exoskeletons, absolutely exquisite, wouldn't you agree?
I've never seen anything like them, to be honest.
And if our sanctuary is not fully funded, you'll never see anything like them again. And it will be your fault, Mayor. Your fault.
Yeah.
Miss Hertz, I'm very impressed by what you've accomplished. I've visited the property when it was an eleflute reserve, and I can see that you've really made a lot of massive improvements. Unfortunately, Safnia just does not have the budget right now. We are throwing massive parties every day. Every person that gets married, we are paying for their wedding daily, multiple.
I understand the position that you're in. It's not easy being in public service. I consider myself to be a public servant, so I totally understand where you're coming from. But that's not an excuse. The fact that you're prioritizing frivolous parties over the well-being of these exquisite creatures is frankly disgusting. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Damn.
She's like, I'm not prioritizing it. I don't even get to go out there and see the weddings. You're going to have to talk to the high priestess at the church if you want to get some of this money. If you can convince her to have less weddings or maybe not such lavish weddings.
Oh, so you're telling me you're not the decision maker here and I've wasted my time. That would have been nice to know before I came to this meeting and had my staff prepare all of these binders.
Boo.
But I hope that you enjoyed getting to look at all these animal pictures for free, I might add. Did not even have to pay admission to the sanctuary to get them and to get this collectible binder that is a limited edition. You know what? I'll let you keep that just because I know that you've had a rough day. You look at those pictures as often as you need to and think about what you've done.
I don't mean to offend you, Miss Hertz. I really do want the sanctuary to thrive. I mean, perhaps you could consider a private donation. Maybe you could reach out to Dominus Petal Dream.
Ugh. Dominus Petal Dream. Ugh.
He's donated quite a bit of money to fund the olfactory healing center.
As a fellow leader of a nonprofit organization, I understand that funding can be difficult at times, and you gotta get what you can get where you can get it. I am frankly disgusted that you would so proudly advertise that you've been taking blood money from none other than Dominus Petal Dream.
People like Dominus Petal Dream. He's like the whole resettlement guy, right? So your thing with him is you just think he's bad?
Think he's bad. I know he's bad. Zelf, I want you to picture a scene.
I'm picturing
A farmhouse. Quaint. Slightly unkempt. But it's home.
Of course, it's morning. The sun is dappling across the prairie.
It's rising over a field of sugar beets. Sugar beets
Sugar beets.
lovingly planted by tiny little plump hands. Tended like children, nurtured. Now picture this scene, this beautiful homestead just razed to the ground by greed.
Wow.
Absolutely destroyed by Petal Dream and his ilk, building yucky, ugly, tacky houses for rich people like my yucky, ugly, tacky parents. And I just can't stand it. It's not right, Zelf. And no one seems to care except me.
Oh, so he's wheeling and dealing with real estate.
He's wheeling and dealing with people's lives. That's what he's wheeling and dealing with. These are people's homes. They're being destroyed. They're being uprooted. Everything that they've worked for is being taken away. It's a tragedy.
The people are shocked and confused that you are talking about Dominus Petal Dream this way. There's a man in Selena's robes who speaks up and says, I've known Dominus for years, and just so you know, he is one of the most generous and charitable individuals I've ever met.
Don't give me that! Just so you'll all know someday. You'll know who he really is. You should all know already, but I will never stop until you know what he is, who he is, and what a dick he is.
I know him as well as anyone can. I've been with the church since he was recovered from the valley a decade ago.
Oh.
I've never seen one of the lost turn their life around so successfully without any of their memories.
Oh, shit. Oh, he should have stayed lost.
What?
Wow, a rags to riches success story.
Once he became a successful mogul, he has put a lot of money truly into the olfactory.
But he doesn't know who he was before?
No.
Nobody knows who he was before, Justin?
No.
Great, another mystery to solve.
Yeah.
Another nasty old mystery with the nasty old NPC.
Oh, I want to drop everything and dig into this. God.
Me and Patty are both personally invested in this distracting side mystery.
Do we think Petal Dream has severely lowered will? Or do we think he's kind of bounced back?
I think he's recovered on the will front. I think he just doesn't have his memories anymore.
I want him to have less because I want to be able to kill him.
Well, it'd be funny if he had no will and was being manipulated by people around him.
Oh, interesting.
Kill him anyway.
Wow, okay.
But we have seen him in a few flashbacks, and he does seem like a raging asshole, so I don't know how likely that is.
I'm trying to remember, is he the one that we said his token looked like Fox Mulder?
Yes.
Yes!
Incredible.
I can't believe you want to kill him, Caleb. Come on, let's rehab him.
Mayor Holiday attempts to cool things off, and she motions towards the door, and she says, I'm sure this is all a misunderstanding. Mr. Petal Dream is a pillar of the community just like you are. Here, I'll introduce you. And indeed, Dominus Petal Dream has entered the Safnian Tourism Board, looking like an asshole Fox Mulder.
Patty's gonna throw her tankard of beer in his face.
She brought that to the town hall meeting.
Of course she brought it.
Of course she brought it.
Wasted no time.
No, she's not even gonna say anything to him.
He opens his mouth to say, Patty hurts, and he barely gets it out before you've thrown beer in his face.
Petal Dream, huh? Another useless cog in the corporate machine here to crush the dreams of animals and animal lovers everywhere, I see.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would love to donate to an animal sanctuary. Is that what you said?
He says dripping.
TPFMCFTPAEOOAF does not need a penny of your blood money, sir. And I would also like you to know that all of the staff have been alerted to who you are and what you look like, and you are expressly prohibited from entering the sanctuary. There will be no adorable Eleflute concerts for you. There will be no Disenchant Eater shows. None of it. None of it. You don't even get a whiff.
She's doing shows? Oh, okay.
Wow.
The animals like the shows, Astra. It gives them something to work towards.
Okay. I don't know much about animals. It's fine.
Mayor Holiday has rushed over with like paper towels to try and help. And he's kind of laughing to himself. He's like, you know, Patty, I was disappointed that we didn't get to meet in Mandaral at the beginning of the month, but it looks like you got my message anyway. I think that the Pluppy Farms Memorial Center is a great name for your animal sanctuary.
Oof.
Gone but not forgotten.
This guy.
Patty's just going to cross her arms and glare at him.
I mean, if you want some money, you can certainly ask me for it, Patty. Otherwise, you may have saved the reserve for the time being, but my tar pit project is going to continue as planned. And I have the full support of Erosio's Democratic Council, so that land will be mine soon enough, just like its namesake's was.
Petal Dream, I wouldn't ask you for a penny. If you were the last person on Earth, and I was the last rat on Earth, and that penny you were holding was the last penny on Earth, you and your stinky tar pit can turn right back around and go back to where you came from, which is, apparently nobody knows.
He just kind of smirks and shrugs. We'll catch up more later, Mayor. I see you've got your troublesome citizens as usual, keeping you busy. I'll come back.
Oh, man, we're gonna kill this guy.
Patty is not going to machete him in a government building because that would be too much of an escalation, but she is going to stick her tongue out at him as he walks away.
Mayor Holiday doesn't get out much. She is very much dedicated to her job, so it's taken her up until now, but then she's like, oh, you're that Patty Hurts. Didn't you try to assassinate him?
There aren't many things that I failed at in life, Mayor Holiday, but yes, I was unsuccessful in assassinating Dominus Petal Dream, and I regret it to this day.
Wow.
She was also legally acquitted, so.
Yes, thank you, Zelvin. Excellent point.
Sort of wondering. Okay.
Should have led with that one.
Double jeopardy. They can't try me again for the same crime. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Mayor Holiday is like, I think it might be best if you leave now, Miss Hertz.
This has been a total waste of my time, so, have fun looking at pictures of animals that you're never going to see again. I hope you cry and smear the pages up. Get them all blurry.
Well, Mayor Holiday, before you blow your nose on the Eleflute, this Erosion Democratic Council that he mentioned, do they have authority and priority over the land and projects here in Safnia?
Key Nameway is still technically in charge, but he plans to give over full power to the Democratic Council once he passes. Please leave now.
Seems like our problems might go all the way to the top.
I mean, we've got to find this guy's backstory so we can destroy him, right?
Obviously, we have to ruin him.
I think a two-pronged attack. Prong one is we find Dominus Petal Dream's backstory and use it to ruin him. Prong two is Patty does a Mr. Smith visit to the castle at Anamnesis. And she filibusters the council.
Ooh, Patty Hurts goes to Washington. I love it.
Yes.
I
Okay.
love it.
Caitlin.
Can't believe we're going to get into an eminent domain dispute. Man.
How do those usually go, Caitlin? Do you have legal experience here?
Drawn out.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. Thank you for listening, and a special thank you to our Patreon subscribers who are supporting independent media in the most direct and sustainable way possible. I mentioned this in the mid-roll, but I'm going to mention it here as well. We've got a huge merch sale on right now until March 16th. It's with DFTBA, which is where our merch is being sold from, and they're having a sale on everything. So a ton of other beloved internet creators also have very cool merch on sale. So you should just go and check out everything. We specifically have an excellent logo magnet and a fun little coffee mug, and it's probably the last chance you'll have to buy either of those items. We're working on potentially some other merch stuff in the future, so keep an eye out for that. Again, the sale is only until Monday, March 16th, so don't wait. You can visit our DFTBA merch store at bit.ly/BCBP merch all lowercase, or you can find a link in the show notes. As always, you can find us on Blue Sky at BCB Party, on Tumblr at BCB Party, or email us at burntcookbookparty@gmail.com. Burnt Cookbook Party is Andrew Hansen as Combo Johnny, Caitlin Stayduhar as Patty Hertz, Paul Luetkemeyer as Zelf, me, Jenna Stoeber as Astra Blep, and Justin Green as GM and World Builder. This episode was edited for content by Justin Green and edited for sound by Akshay Balakrishnan, produced by me, Jenna Stoeber.